All right, thank you so much everyone for being here for this extremely basics class that we're going to go through. So we are going to talk about cryptocurrency, and my friend Jay has been doing that for a couple years. So he's going to talk about what it is, the history of it, and why you might want to get involved. And then I'm going to do a quick presentation on NFTs, and it is a basic presentation. So if you're in the boat of someone that is like, what are NFTs? And they're like non-fungible tokens. And you're like, that doesn't tell me anything. I'm trying to explain it in the most basic way possible. So if you're already into NFTs, then it'll just be a refresher for you or something you can use to explain to other people. But we're only going to answer today the what and the why really of NFTs. And then we have our Facebook group where we've already published what the education is going to be going forward, where we can get deep dive with the people that are already investing, how to create your own, and go from all the way from A to Z within that Facebook group. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my friend Jay and let him go over his portion about cryptocurrency.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jason McGee, out of the Flint area, originally, currently live in the Cincinnati area. I got into cryptocurrency around the year 2016. And from that point, I've just been kind of expanding my knowledge, learning more and more. Simply put, without giving a whole essay, cryptocurrencies are digital assets. They're virtual money. you know there's a lot of advantages to using cryptocurrency, which is one of the reasons it hasn't been really fully accepted as by the government. When I say accepted, as a alternate fund or an alternate asset, it's pretty much untraceable. Their cryptocurrencies or those Bitcoins or, whatever Ethereum's different, those are just a couple names about them, but they're all non-monitored by the government. So they're used in a lot of transactions that makes them virtually traceable. You can't trace them. So that's pretty much what cryptocurrencies are. There's a lot of different advantages to how you can financially benefit from them. You can sell them, you can buy them, wait for them to increase in value, then sell them. A lot of people will use them as retirement plans. So from that point, it's a very, very fast growing asset now. A lot of people are starting to hear about it. And it's definitely going to be the future. I can tell you that. All right. And Tashina, I'll turn it back over to you for now. If there are any additional questions.
Mute button wasn't coming off. All right. Anyone have any questions on cryptocurrency in general or anything that you can think of that you'd like to ask?
The floor is open.
Question in the chat, where can you buy it?
Okay. Yeah, so you can buy it on various platforms. A lot of people are starting to hear about like crypto.com, Cash App. Coinbase is another one. I actually personally have a Coinbase account as well. That's one of the fastest growing industries as well nowadays, platforms to buy cryptocurrency off of. Good question.
Yeah, and so one of the educational things that we're going to have is an ebook, which is going to be available. And actually, I'm going to do a giveaway for that. And in that ebook, it does give you those different platforms that you can actually purchase cryptocurrency from. And the next question, what is Polygon? That's actually under NFT. That's not cryptocurrency question, but I can answer that when I get into the NFTs.
I did see one also, Tashima. Someone asked, different ways of how it can be stored. So I can definitely address that question. Good question as well. So you can actually store it in a digital wallet, which is usually one of the most secure ways to do so. Again, those are also apps you can download and provide information, personal information to. I'm not here to promote any particular ones, but like, you can download like a trust wallet or something of that nature. And that'll allow you to not only store, cryptocurrencies, but also other assets as well, such as NFTs, which we'll get into that a little bit later as well. But other than that, you can also just store it in your crypto account. Let's say you bought it off a Cash App. Let's say you bought it off of Coinbase. You can also store it on those different apps or platforms as well. Good question.
So the next question, David, I have received messages from those who claim to be Bitcoin miners. Are they legit? So they could be, or they could not be. So that's really why we created this platform for individuals for the whole process. Is Tim is very knowledgeable in the social media space and really knowing what's a scam and what's not a scam. I'm been in the social media space. Jay on Instagram, he has a lot of, and so we've navigated affiliate marketing and connections and connected with people. And that's why we created the space to onboard people properly and safely. So I would suggest, so the individual that got me into NFTs was a person that I know, liked, and trust. He was my friend and gave me some information. So I would just say, make sure that you're getting involved with someone that you know, like, and trust, or you're doing a lot of research before you get involved. So I do have a friend who recently saw that I was talking about NFTs, and she's a Bitcoin miner, and I trust her, so I know that she's legit. But I personally wouldn't go to a stranger that claims to be a Bitcoin miner, but that's just my opinion. Did you have anything else you want to add, Jason?
No, I completely agree. That's definitely generally a roll of the dice. If you are just going to people that are on the internet or allowing them to come to you, definitely a scam. A lot of times, 50-50.
Okay, next question. Is mining something good to get into?
As far as the mining, I don't have a very expansive knowledge in that. It depends if you have the right equipment to be a miner. It takes numerous computers a lot of times, a lot of your time. So it kind of depends on if you have that time to kind of research the process and, gather all the equipment you need to do it, because it does take a lot of equipment a lot of times. I personally have never mined though, so I don't have that expansive knowledge in that.
But I can tell you for sure that the connections that Tim and I have, we do know some people who are heavy traders, heavy miners that have algorithms and have done it successfully. So if that is an avenue that you want more information, we can definitely connect you with the people who can do that. And then I've heard of people forgetting passwords and losing all their crypto.
Okay. That is possible. Yes, it happens. Even as far as keeping a personal trust wallet, we were kind of talking about earlier, which is a digital safe. If you lose your password, whatever the case is, yeah, it's a sad day for you. That's all I can really say about that. So it's real important that you take precautions and steps to store passwords somewhere safely, that you have only access to, whatever you need to do.
And then the next question from Rosa, can we buy a miner from your trusted person? Do you know a seller? So again, we are very well connected with some individuals who were traders and miners in the traditional space and now have moved over to the crypto space. So those are definitely connections that we can make within the Facebook group if you want to get. I personally am not into the trading and investing portion of cryptocurrency. I'm personally more in the NFT space, but in our portfolio of people that we are working with, there are people that are familiar with that for sure. And then did you have an additional question, or did someone ask your question and it got answered? Question, do we mentor for NFTs or coach? That's the whole purpose of the Facebook group. The whole purpose of the Facebook group is that Tim was a social media manager, marketing manager, and he's now become an NFT consultant and manager. And I am a business consultant and coach. And part of what I do very well is I turn chaos into clarity. I help educate people in different areas. And I'm very good at documentation. And so as I'm going on my NFT journey, I'm going to document everything. And you guys are going to have within the Facebook group, you're going to have just different like one pagers that will explain you the jargon, will explain you the steps that you need to take. When I publish the little 10 steps or so, like that's what our goal is to, as a group, bring everyone with us as we walk through this journey, so that 10 weeks from now, you're going to understand all the details of how to invest, all the detail, have an option of what would be a good one. Here's an affiliate program if you're interested in that. Here's how you would actually create yours. So that is the whole purpose of the group. And we continue to connect with more individuals to give you more value, but you'll have ebooks, you'll have one pagers, you'll have graphics, you'll have tools. The whole group is to coach everyone as a group. So I'll get to the Facebook page. The Facebook group is in my presentation as well. I created this event before we had the idea to create the Facebook group. So some of you guys are already in it, but that's actually going to be part of my giveaway. So you'll have that towards the end. And I think there's one more question. Crypto games, are they real?
I can take that.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good question as well. Yes, they are, and they're actually very lucrative. That is a whole nother conversation, but again, something that you can connect with us for further information about, either Tashina or myself. But they're definitely real, and they're actually, again, one of the most growing crypto experiences most people are finding out about.
Okay, then I'm not really clear on your question, but your question contains something about NFTs, and perhaps if I get through my presentation, I might answer your question. And then could you make your own coin?
Yes, making your own coin is possible. If you have all the right resources, it can be definitely expensive. Elon Musk just made his own coin, as a matter of fact. And at this moment, it's a very cheap coin a lot of people aren't aware of. But, it's growing fast and it has the potential to skyrocket over the next decade, and be a very valuable coin. So that's just an example of, if you ever decide to get into the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin business, which is one of the things I do myself. I have a platform where I sell it to different countries and so forth. But if you ever decide to do something along those lines, that's one of the things to look for when you're buying or researching different coins, is to see the potential for it to grow, over a period of time, even if it's not something right away. And that's exactly how Bitcoin started out itself, which is the most popular cryptocurrency at this time.
And can you come off mute and ask your question? And then a question after that. What do you think the long-term potential of crypto is?
Well, I've watched it over at least the last 5-6 years. True story, real quick. And I've told Tashina this story, but of course you would know. 2016, when I first kind of gotten a knowledge of what cryptocurrency was, not a very long time, but that's been a few years at this point. Bitcoin was about $1,100 at the time. And so I bought about $300 of it. I had a family member, I bought a little bit more. And then from that time period of 2016 to 2020, 4 years, that's when Bitcoin jumped to $65,000 per coin, just over 4 years. So life lesson for me was, you got to kind of pick and choose your battles and make your decisions wisely, because had I bought a full coin at that time, I would have been up 65 G's. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Yeah, and then there's just a couple comments in there just talking about the state of what's going on. So with that, we are at 5:20. So let me jump into the NFT presentation, so we have time to get through that, and then we'll continue to take questions after that. And so in order to be in the NFT space, you purchase it through cryptocurrency, which is why for someone who was like me a couple months ago that just got into the NFT space, it was important to go over cryptocurrency first for those that want to get involved in NFTs. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start my presentation about NFT basics. And so again, this presentation is strictly going over the what of NFTs, and our education over the next 10 weeks and other presentations are going to delve into the how at different levels. So again, NFT basics. And for those that don't know me, I'm Tashina, your favorite holistic business coach. I'm an author of several ebooks. I do business coaching as well as wellness coaching, consulting. I love to collaborate with people like I'm doing today. I create a lot of content. I mentor, and I'm also a speaker. So what are NFTs? So NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. So you probably ask someone that, and then they say that, and you're like, that didn't help me, right? So what does all of that actually mean? So a fungible means mutually interchangeable. So our dollars, if I give you a $10 bill, you can hand that back to me for 10 $1 bills. It's mutually interchangeable. And then cryptocurrency also is mutually interchangeable. That means that non-fungible means they're unique and can't be replaced with anything else. So examples of those are baseball cards. Each baseball card has a different value. Diamonds, lands. Really, the value is somewhat driven by the marketplace. So that is what the non-fungible part means. It simply means that it's unique and has a different value. No two are the same. What does the token part mean? Token is a kind of record in an information system. So it's actual location. It's a record of where it is in an information system. When it comes to NFTs, these non-fungible tokens, they're located in what is called a blockchain. So what is a blockchain? So a blockchain is a distributed database that is shared among the nodes of a computer network. So I put on the bottom of this picture here what we usually know as a database, right? And it's a bunch of nodes in a computer network. So this results in an NFT digital certificate that is unique and stored on a blockchain, such as the Ethereum network. This digital certificate details certain ownership rights for the digital asset. An example of an NFT could be a piece of digital art. So someone actually in the chat asked about Polygon. Polygon is a type of network or a type of blockchain. So how NFTs work? They are created with smart contracts. You need a crypto wallet to create and trade NFTs, which again is why we went over cryptocurrency. An NFT has to be minted. So if you think about, we probably don't use this term anymore, but when we were in school and we talked about money, the process of getting the money created and then into circulation was called minting. That is the same way, because an NFT is something that has value. Once it is available for you, you have minted it, just like you would do for money. You connect your wallet, which is where your cryptocurrency would be. You can create your first item and you make sure that your wallet is funded. And as a buyer or an investor, you can pre-purchase a certain, like there will be a pre-sale for certain NFTs, and then the creator mints it for you, or they put it available on the blockchain for you. So what are some of the benefits of the NFTs? So NFTs are in a decentralized market. So that just simply means that you could basically be in any part of the world and not have lots of issues with transferring it, unlike that blockchain or database that we saw that's in a basement somewhere for a computer system. That would be a centralized database because it's located in one place. There is proof of ownership with NFTs. NFTs provide authenticity. NFTs are immutable, which means they're unchangeable. They're like time-stamped and don't change. It is easy to trade NFTs. NFT creators can retain copyright. NFTs create a new economic opportunity, and NFTs can support inclusive growth. So, what are NFTs used for? NFTs are tokens that we can use to represent ownership of unique items. They let us tokenize things like art, collectibles, and even real estate. They can only have one official owner at a time, and they're secured by a blockchain such as Ethereum. No one can modify the record of ownership or copy paste a new NFT into existence. So how does investing in NFTs differ from EFTs or effective fungible tokens such as cryptocurrencies, exchange traded funds? So NFTs are value based on what someone is willing to pay. NFTs are subject to capital gains since they are collectible, and cryptocurrencies used to purchase NFTs and as such sell them may also be taxed if they've increased in value. So why I am excited about this. So as an artist, specifically, I am a poet, it is another space for me to share my work. So this is actually the second reason why I got excited about NFTs. So I was going to be publishing a poetry book. I was working on a poetry book, and I could publish a poetry book and then have that on Amazon, and it sells for $20, and then Amazon gives me $3. And one of the things that I've been told several times when I recite my poetry is that, but it's not the same in the book, you have to recite it. Because of the way that NFTs work, I can now publish my one poem and I can have it dynamic. I can have the poem written, I can have the audio with it, and then it can exist on one of these blockchains. The other reason why I'm excited is, as an investor, I'm looking for diversity. So this is just, NFTs is just another way for you to invest. And then the first reason why I actually got involved, when my friend shared it with me, is as a mindfulness leader, with the current climate, virtual spaces are appealing. So right now, I do all of my coaching virtually because I do it via Zoom. But with everything that's coming, if you've heard the term the metaverse and Web3, I can have the opportunity to actually coach in a virtual setting. And I can do that in a way that's connected to an NFT. And so I've already started learning how to do that. There's actually a couple of platforms out there. I already have my virtual reality Oculus 2 glasses, and I've been working out with those. So those are the three major reasons why I'm excited I've already invested in a couple of NFTs, and I'm excited to start creating my own. And then some of the other uses. So we did mention earlier gaming and also virtual reality meetings. So this really is what the world is going to go to, and we all need to get ready for it, and what we're going to see in every aspect of our lives. Okay. So this is how to get in touch with us. So again, I'm Tashina. It's really, really important to get on Twitter if you're not on Twitter as of yet. I know, rolling your eyes. I was like, I gotta learn another app. I've already spent my time on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, but it has been invaluable, the relationships that I've built as well as the information that I've gotten. So if you are not on Twitter, or if you haven't been on it in 3 or 4 years, like was the case with me, please, after you get off here, hop on Twitter and follow me. My handle is sweet_Canela, and Tim LaCash. Follow both of us, as we will be leading you through these educational series over the next 10 weeks. And then you can also follow me on IG and Snapchat if you so choose. And this is just my information here. I also have other events that I do in the wellness space and personal development space. So you can find those on my website. You can find me on LinkedIn there. And many of these videos, not all of them, it's important to be in the Facebook group, but some of these videos, this particular one will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. You can find that under my name, Tashina Gonzalez. And then the most important part, where we will be going live later today to finish answering all the questions that you have after you digest this information, is our Facebook group. So you can find that under the Bullpen NFT Basics 101 and affiliate training. And of course, I will put that link in the chat. And then I actually have an ebook that goes through the education series that we talked about. And I want to actually give that away. So what you're going to need to do in order to, I'll give out a few of these depending on how many entries we get. But what you're going to do in order to be a part of that giveaway, what I want you to do is, if you're not in the Facebook group, get in the Facebook group, number one. And I actually want you to invite 4 people to the Facebook group. So I don't want you to spam people. I don't want you to just randomly invite people. If you are now excited about NFTs, and I want you to just think of, who's my starting lineup? Who do I want to take on this journey with me? And I want you to contact them and add them to the group. So that's one of the requirements in order to win this ebook, to make sure you're in the Facebook group and then invite 4 people to the group. The other thing that you have to do is to follow us on Twitter, because again, it is super important to follow us on Twitter. And then lastly, if you could actually share the group on your page and tag me in it. Those are the 3 requirements in order to win an ebook that's a value of $37. For those that don't win the ebook, I will have it discounted, and I'll give everyone that information a bit later of how to get it. And that is the information that I had to share with you. I see that there's a lot of people that have been in the chat, as well as Tim is here, which is so great because I'm sure he'll have more answers than I have. But let me see, are there any questions? And you guys can feel free to come off mute and ask questions. Digital real estate, yes. Is FRX Academy good to invest in? So I have not heard of Forex Academy. So I don't know, Jason, have you heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard good reviews. I've heard negative ones. If you're interested in getting in Forex, there's even different classes you can take online or you can watch on YouTube. As far as, and I have a pretty knowledgeable experience with Forex. I did that for years as well, at least the last 3 or 4 years. So I definitely feel like Forex is a formidable crypto to get into. But as far as the school, that I would have to leave that to personal decision.
Okay, so digital real estate, yes, digital real estate. I have friends that currently have digital real estate. And when I do my virtual reality coaching, it will be at a digital location. So yes, digital real estate is one of the many ways you can invest in NFTs. Yes, cryptos are EFTs, correct. They are EFTs.
Mm-hmm.
Tashina, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so welcome everybody, or hi everybody. I'm Tim Leakash. I'm the one who's collaborated with Tashina on the NFT side of things. A little background about me: I've been online full-time since 2017. I've built and scaled my own social media management company. And now I've taken on NFT marketing and added that to my portfolio because that's just what's happening in marketing. There's a lot more opportunity for not only people, but for myself as an entrepreneur and from a company perspective to pivot into that space. And I've been fortunate enough to meet Tashina. She's very knowledgeable, personable, and she has a lot of similarities in experience like I do. And I'm happy to collaborate with her on this NFT basics training. So if you're curious at all what it's about, even if you don't know anything whatsoever, that's okay. No such thing as a dumb question. We'll certainly start from the basics, like, what is an NFT? We do hang out a lot on Twitter, only because that is like pretty much the hub right now of where people get their information. It can be overwhelming if you're there brand new, and that's why we created the Facebook group, just to kind of prep people for like a lot of the information. But Twitter is where Tashina and I find the bulk of our information, and you do have to know where to look, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to help people navigate through the NFT space safely and securely. So I just wanted to say hello and introduce myself. I don't have my camera on, but I should have that on by the event tonight. But I just wanted to say hello and thank you for being here.
Yeah, Jay, can you drop your Twitter handle rather? I was mixing up the words because I didn't have yours on my presentation. I am located in Metro Detroit, Michigan. I'm in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. And Tim, where are you located?
The easiest way I like to say it is I'm about 2 hours away from Bangor, Maine. So I'm up in the northeast corner of, I'm in Canada, but that's as close as I am to somewhere that's familiar to most people, is 2 hours away from Bangor, Maine. So.
And I'm dropping that right now, Tashina. And how's it going, Tim?
Doing very well.
Great.
Yeah,
very well.
Tim and I both have years of experience in group coaching, education, helping businesses up level, and one-on-one coaching. So we want to make everything as efficient and easy as possible. We want to give everyone as many tools as possible. So like I mentioned, we're going to have one-pagers, we're going to have lives, we're going to make sure that the person that already has information can get as much information as possible. But if you need additional information, yes, we will definitely do one-on-ones as needed with people when it comes to onboarding and education.
Tashina, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My question was in regards to the NFT. So I've been investing in cryptocurrency for some time now. Now my question was in reference to, is this through like a third party? Like like normally there's like the ones that I'm in, it's for example, EasyTron. You have to first buy the currency and then like change it into whatever XRP that you're going to, Ethereum or Bitcoin. Is that something similar, or in this case, is this like a course that teaches you how to create one and then sell it? That's
Yeah. Yeah, so when we talk about the crypto wallet, so it sounds like that's the crypto wallet that you usually invest and trade in. So yes, you would, if you're going to buy an NFT, you would have to know what blockchain it's on and what currency you need to purchase it from. And so
Correct.
when Coinbase was mentioned, that's a wallet. So yes, you would then, there's an easy way to transfer it to the currency that you need in order to purchase it.
Okay. Would there be like a limit in this case that you will have to start off in order to invest in whatever cryptocurrency you want to go to, whether it's in US dollars through blockchain, or whether it's in pesos through Bitso?
So I can kind of answer that. Generally, there's not a limit as to what you can start off with. There's generally a limit of how much you can buy though on the different platforms. So for example, Cash App might have a weekly limit of $5,000 for the week, 2,000 a day of a particular cryptocurrency that you can purchase on that particular, platform. Coinbase might be different. Some of the limits do vary depending on, the crypto platform you're on. But that's something you would have to kind of research as well, which one to work out for you. I know, for example, with Coinbase, some of the fees are a little higher in terms of purchasing different coins, how much they're going to charge you on top of it and to transfer it. But whereas Cash App, it's cheaper. I can tell you that off personal experience. That's one of the things I have to deal with a lot, transferring them to and from the wallet. And they'll give you certain limits based off the amount.
Correct. Yes, I've gone through that, and some cryptocurrencies do have a higher cost than others. Now, you did mention something about scam and things like that. That is true. I was actually one of unaffected ones through scam. And this was through Instagram, just recent, through Cash App. So there are people out there, and we'll let you know that they're trying to help you and things like that. But you have to be very careful because sometimes they ask you to provide certain information from your Instagram page, or provide documentation from your credit card or checking accounts. With that information, it's like you're giving your personal info, and they automatically just like not only take access of your personal banking information, but they can also take advantage and keep your Instagram account. And you pretty much don't have any other option to like report it. So that is one of the ifs about it. So just like be mindful about that and trust who you're going with.
Definitely. That's a good point. Yeah.
I think that was it for me, Tashina, but thank you.
Okay. So just to recap then, tonight within the Facebook group at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to get on and recap a little bit about what are NFTs, as well as you guys take a couple hours to digest this information, whatever questions that you come up with, Tim and I will be on live in the Facebook group. And then we have a schedule planned out. So then next week, we're going to talk about how NFTs work. We're going to go after that, the benefits of NFTs, investing in NFTs and flipping for profit. We're going to talk about an affiliate program that's really good and what to look for in affiliate programs. how to create NFTs, how to choose an NFT marketplace, proven tips for selling your NFTs, NFT mistakes you must avoid, and NFT best practices. So that's what we're going to do within the Facebook group. We're going to go live every week and have this education series for everyone. Tim, anything else you want to add?
Not so much, but I guess just to touch on the previous speaker about, you know, when you navigate in these spaces, it's very important to have your radar on, right? You just have to, you know, to some degree question everything, because you know, it's very, just like anything else, just like spam emails or telemarketers, or sometimes even texts that you get on your phone device now. There's always what they call bad actors everywhere, in every industry, in every you know, fashion, or every social media platform that is looking to take advantage of people, right? So Tashina and I are here to help you to know what to look for when you navigate through this space. So I just wanted to put that out there, because we do have everyone's best interest in mind, and we you know, at one time or another, you know, we get those solicitations, and we get those messages too, so we can relay that to you, to say, you know, if you're on Twitter, or eventually maybe even Discord, or whatever the case may be, you know, if someone comes to you and wants your, what you're called a seed phrase, which is a fancy word to say password, you're never to give that out, right? So we'll be you know, teaching these things, teaching you how to raise your level of awareness, because where, you know, where it is brand new for a lot of people, it's important to keep safety in mind. So I just wanted to touch on that, just to reassure you, we do have your best interest, and we do have that in mind, and that we will certainly, you know, relay to you some safety tips and things to look out for, so that you don't fall victim to any of these things that people are doing in this space. Because you're right, it can be powerful. They can drain your accounts and things like that, but we'll certainly make sure you're looked after. So
All right, any other last questions? Thank you guys so much for being here. The replay will be available in about 15 minutes. And as long as you registered on Facebook, I'll make sure you get the replay so you can watch it over again. And again, if you haven't joined us in the Facebook group, please do so for ongoing education. And we'll be available at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, after you've digested this and come up with some more questions for us. All right. Thank you guys. Have an amazing night.
nice meeting you.
Thanks for everything.